friends, good to see you again. So let's finish up the Venus-Jupiter series, and when I'm done with all my major aspect videos, I'm sure I will come in and fill in with all the minor aspects. But just working through the major Ptolemaic aspects, and then we'll fill in the gaps. So with the opposition between Venus and Jupiter in a composite chart, we have another really good aspect. There's a lot of displays of love and affection, like outward displays. And there's something very operatic about how the two people express themselves. They're just really pushed to their own personal extremes of how they can express love and affection. So there's a lot of canoodling and kissing and touching and patting and just wanting to show the other person physically and in all other ways how much we care about them. So it's a wonderful aspect to have actually between parent and child, because the child could feel, you know, this abundance of love and affection that can turn out to be very positive in their own life. So there's buying of things for each other. There's offerings that we will present to each other. Flowers, presents, commemoration of events. We want the other person to know that we value them, and it often shows up through material means. There can be an overdoing with this opposition. That's not an unusual thing to see. With the square as well, with the opposition even more. We have to watch out for overbuying, overspending, over-enjoying, over-vacationing, because we don't feel that there's a limit to that. We don't feel like we should be keeping that under some kind of control, because our love and our needed expression of affection seems to take front seat to any practical concerns about finances or proper use of resources. Now, you can have other things going on. You can have significant Saturn stuff, which can bring things down into some kind of proportion. That doesn't mean that that will erase what's going on with this opposition. Escape valve aspects do not mute what the difficult stuff is. They don't change that. They modify it in the sense that there is another layer of relationship. So there's a place for that difficulty to go. So it's not a difficulty that this particular opposition creates. It's sometimes consequences that we may not choose. So there's an unreasonability about how we will show each other that we love each other. So we have to bring some sense into things. We have to remind each other that, you know, we may not have the money to take that 7th vacation to Tahiti this year. We need to, you know, maybe look at what are some of the practical things that we have to have the groundwork for in order to have a really good life. So we do tend to float off into the ether in the sense of comforts and spending and displays of affection and what we could give to each other, because it stimulates our generosity extremely so with this opposition. And the more generous we natally are, the more we're going to pour that out and spoil the other person with this in a composite chart. So we spoil each other intensely with this particular aspect. And we just have to watch out for consequences that we won't necessarily consider negative, but they actually are negative in the sense that ultimately you can get into some trouble here. So if we have two big spenders, we will become more of a big spender. This also increases the likelihood that the two people will enjoy the arts, culture. That if they weren't into theater or movies or whatever their definition of artisticness or enjoyment of culture is, whatever that is, that the two people are stimulated to enjoy that more. Because we want to enjoy the best that life has to offer and the best that culture has to offer. So we can see, two people who become foodies or just become interested in different facets of what is beautiful or pleasing in life that they maybe weren't interested in before. So have to be careful with this one when it comes to going off the deep end. But it's really fun while we're doing it. So hope this was helpful. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com, other social media at Truth and Aspect Astrology. I'm not currently meeting with clients right now, so I can focus on teaching full-time and creating content full-time, but check my schedule in the future. I'm sure it will open up again. I do have a subscriber option on my website. Check me out over there if you're interested in more regular content, deeper content, teaching videos, all kinds of stuff there. Live question and answer sessions we do over there. And I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.